Hi friends, today is 16th episode of the series that we have started at Origin. Today we are going to discuss the term burden of proof under section 104A of Indian Patent Act. This is Bindu Sharma from Origin. Purpose of this series of videos, Key Terms Patent Act, is to understand important terms used in patent law. Burden of proof, in simple words, means adequate evidence to prove oneself. With respect to patent law, if the patent has been infringed, then the patent holder or the patentee has to prove that infringement of his patent has taken place. And in other words, we can say that patent holder has burden of proof. Generally speaking, the burden of proof always lies on the party who initiates a lawsuit or the plaintiff, or with respect to patent law, we can say the patentee. In patent infringement case, plaintiff or owner of the patent has burden of proof to prove that infringement of his patent has taken place. In criminal cases, every person is presumed to be innocent until the contrary is proved. The burden of proof generally lies on the prosecutor. In civil cases, the plaintiff is normally charged with the burden of proof, but the defendant may be required to establish certain defenses. The burden of proof is defined in Section 101 of Indian Evidence Act 1872. And this section says that whoever desires any court to give judgment as to any legal right or liability dependent upon existence of facts which he asserts must prove that those facts exist. When a person is bound to prove the existence of any fact, it is said that the burden of proof lies on that person. Under Section 104A, burden of proof in case of suits concerning infringement. This section says that in any suit for infringement of a patent, plaintiff has burden of proof. When a patent is infringed, patent owner or plaintiff has to establish the fact that the patent has been infringed. Patent holder can establish the fact that infringement has taken place by comparison of product of defendant with claims of his patent. And by doing this, he can clearly find out how many claims have been infringed by the defendant. Let's take this example of a mobile phone. In case there is infringement of a mobile phone, then what a plaintiff or patent holder should do? He should check each and every component of a cell phone and map features of this product with his patent claim. So product components, they have to be mapped with patent claims, and this claim mapping can reveal and assess the extent of patent infringement. And this step is very important before patentee establishes any evidence for patent infringement. In case of a product patent, by mapping components of the infringed product with claims of patent, one can establish the extent of infringement. But in process patents, it's very difficult to find out whether the infringement has taken place or not. In case of a process patent, if patentee could not establish through reasonable efforts to determine the process which is actually used by the infringer, the court may direct the defendant to prove that the process used by him to obtain the product identical to the product of patented process is different from the patented process. Hence, in case of process patent infringement, the burden of proof shifts from plaintiff to the defendant. Let's take this case law to understand burden of proof more in detail. In this case, FH versus Unichem Laboratories, Bombay High Court held that when any fact is specially within the knowledge of any person, the burden of proving that fact is upon him. Therefore, if the process by which the product is obtained is specially within the knowledge of the infringer or defendant, it is impossible for the plaintiff to know exactly how the product has been obtained by the defendant. Therefore, the burden of proving the process used by the defendant to make the infringing product lies on him. In another case, Communications Component Antenna Inc. versus ACE Technologies Corporation, Delhi High Court held that if the defendant withholds its best and easily obtainable evidence, an adverse inference can be drawn against it. The court stated that in a patent infringement action, once the plaintiff prima facie establishes infringement, the onus shifts on the defendants to disprove the same. The complete silence by the defendant shows that there is in fact withholding of relevant and crucial information from the court. Let's discuss one more case study here today. This case study is about a company called Shogun Organics. This company is engaged in research, manufacture and sale of mosquito repellent. So they had a patent related to manufacture of an insecticide. They applied for permanent injunction restraining the defendants from infringing its process patent. In this case, the plaintiff purchased base material from the defendants but established that after the grant of the patent, the defendants sold their product with the addition of various compounds and content specific to the plaintiff's patented process. So since this was a process patent, the onus therefore shifted to the defendants to prove that the process adopted by them was different from the patented process. In this particular case, the defendants had either to disclose their process and highlight the differences from the patented process, or they had to show that the product obtained from the defendant's process had different properties or reactants or ingredients. In this case, both sides relied upon registration of their respective products with the Central Insecticides Board and Registration Committee. In this case, plaintiff tried to show that its patent had novelty, but the defendants argued that the process patented by plaintiff was in public domain and it was not a novel process. The defendants did not put forward any evidences to prove that the patent did not have any novelty. Therefore, the court held the defendants to have infringed the patent. Ascertaining how the process patent has been infringed without knowing the process of infringer poses a significant challenge to the patentee. In the case of process patents, the burden of proof shifts to the defendant if patentee proves that the infringed product is identical to the product directly obtained by the patented process. Time for the question now. So question for the day is the burden of proof shifts from plaintiff to defendant if option A, subject matter of a patent is a process for obtaining a new product. Option B, there is a substantial likelihood that the identical product is made by the process and the patentee through reasonable efforts has been unable to determine the process actually used. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. You can put your answers in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. For any queries related to our services, you can contact us. Email ID and phone number is given in the video description. See you next week. Till then, keep learning and keep innovating.